So hey guys, and welcome to another stream with me, Supernautus of Pillars of Eternity. We're back, and last time around we were just about to enter the Temple of Woodica, which I've just did just after, so that we were there at the beginning. This is in the catacombs underneath Defiance Bay, specifically underneath, I think, Copper Lane. Let's get on with it and let's see what's going on. How have you guys been? I had the day off things yesterday, but I will be back on the next couple of days. I've been working since Monday, and I don't get a day off now till Friday, so it's a little bit tiring, but you know, it'll be alright. At least I get 3 days off after that, you know. Could be worse, right? You have to do it. Ooh. The activities of Leaden Key. In front of me looms the ghostly, hollow image of the man who was present at my awakening. He casts a pale, sickly light in the dank corridor as he regards me.
You are from Kratom, my boy.
His words are an echo in your mind from a time long past, and you know your response before you speak it as if it has always been. Yes, I was born there.
A remarkable city. Truly one of the most impressive we have encountered outside of our own. Many exceptional people who have joined our cause come from Kratom.
Kratom. Okay.
What made you decide to join our order?
I went through dark times, I guess.
Little makes sense in the false context much of the world has lived under for so long. It is by the mercy of the gods that our faith has been able to reach so many of the heathen in more recent times.
Why are we being nice to this guy?
Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
I suppose so. I lost money to bandits. What's going on? I thought people were supposed to be looking after my place. Right, I've got a feeling we're probably supposed to go the other way because that's where those guys were standing. I want to look this way first. So there's some kind of secret passage there. You can see it because there's clearly somebody standing behind it. So maybe that opens from the other direction. There's presumably an enemy on the other side of that wall. Oh, interesting. Mercenary eyes me warily as I approach. What are you doing here? You don't look like one of that masked lot. Perhaps you should look the other way. My men will leave you be, but I can't make promises about those masked people in the back. You're on your own. I didn't see you and I don't know you. Any idea what's going on? Don't ask questions, go and do what you're told. Know anything about the place? We're underneath first fires, probably under the ruined temple. Okay. Very good. So that's their people, and we're told that their people will leave us alone. There's another mercenary. Okay, what are we going to find down here? That's the question. Just more mercenaries at the moment. Well, maybe this will just take us to a room behind where they are, but that wall looked fake. By the deeds of my tongue, I know that's not it. So what is this? He's jumping when he sees me, his hands on his chest. By the flame, you startled me. Where's your mask? That's it, and you left something at home. Don't let anyone inside see you without it, they're keen on anonymity. Tell me about the meeting. Must be your first time. The Acolyte communicates with each of us individually to hear our progress on old tasks, and to assign us new ones. It's a unique process. She's a cipher, so she can speak to you without words. Fascinating, till you realise she can probably read your thoughts as well. What do you know about the tasks? Only what I need to. We protect the secrets of the gods, so discretion is essential, and they receive their instructions. I probably shouldn't ask too many more questions. I see. Goodbye. We don't want to ask too many questions, because if we do, they might start to think we don't belong here. Although I've got a feeling they're probably going to work that out pretty quickly.
That's not nice.
I don't have enough ability to unlock that. Okay, well there's nobody here. Because this room, a book filled with cryptography. I feel like there's some other route that we've not taken in here. But I didn't see any other doors. Oh wait, maybe it's this way. So we've got a load more mercenaries here, not much else. I'm going to guess that this door here leads us towards who we're looking for. There's certainly plenty of us to fight people if we need to. Alof falters and brings a hand to his forehead. He takes a staggering step forward, coughing and sputtering.
Those hooded fiends are not to be trusted.
She says to pull himself together. He's fine, it probably isn't the best place to linger. Just make sure he's not being harmed or something while we're in here. I can hear murmurs and chants on the other side of the door. A ritual of some sort is underway. Pull the hood and mask over my head. They're uncomfortable, but they hide my face. Do I really want to go in on my own? I guess I'm going to have to. Because if I take them with me, we'll be in some trouble. But then again, she's going to know that I'm not supposed to be in here, isn't she? Several shrouded figures are lined up across from the hooded woman. The figure at the head of the line approaches her, and she places her hand on his forehead. They stand in silent communion as they look on. A few moments later, the stranger steps aside and resumes his place in the circle. The woman turns towards you. You are late, attendant. Even though her face is concealed, you sense her rage in her dangerously low voice, and the silence of the others in the chamber.
I've been waiting on your reports. Quickly now, state your name and purpose.
Imposter! I need to get my squad to come with me. Come on, kill them. We need to get out of here alive. Preferably. I think I need to go and kill this one. Take that one out. Take that one. Oh, they're dead. Okay, never mind. They won't last long against us now, because we're pretty much destroying them. But we have to be careful still. We don't want to lose anyone. Okay. Crumpled at our feet lies the body of a woman. She wears a dark robe that bears an insignia resembling a key. As we approach her body, feelings of rage assault us. The dead woman's voice howls in our ears, and her lingering consciousness rends at mine. Her essence tingles through my bones and membranes, and fills the spaces between my ears and behind my eyes. A gathering of men and women wearing robes like hers, their faces hidden behind masks. One by one they approach whom they know as the acolyte, and she places her hand on each of their foreheads, searching their thoughts. She tests them with ritualistic questions, and they answer that their oath is sealed by the leaden key. She asks them of their tasks. She gives them new ones, all without word. If we try to see the tasks, she will try to burn our memory. But we see flashes of a tower, a prisoner, and a ruin. I funnel all my concentration into a single effort of will. A sharp point that pins the raging soul in place like an insect in a display case. With the thing under control, you're able to examine it and the three thoughts swirling inside. Let me just see what this says. So let's see, the tower. It's a palimpsest of a neighbourhood. Rundown estates are cobbled around a cemetery and an ancient tower. Savage shapes prowl the streets. And in the tower a man hunches over a strange mechanism. We can't see him clearly, but there's something unnatural about him. Somewhere nearby we see a woman with a scar over her heart, and understand she has something he needs. Probably her heart, right? We see a door in the base of the tower, a seemingly impenetrable slab of stone and copper, but the acolyte reveals the invisible split between the perfectly matched halves, and we understand how the veins convert a command into an action. Now let's look into the ruins. We know how to open the door. Takes us out of Defiance Bay into a town in the wilderness with a watermill. The signpost on one of the paths reads Deerford. Several figures huddle together, shrouded in cloaks and hoods. An image of ruins suddenly looms. We've been there, haven't we? Two skeletal effigies flank a cleft in the mountainside. And what about the prisoner? We see a building magnificent with trellises and tiles and located on a pristine boulevard. The wealthy and learned stroll in and out, trading knowledge and coin. But it houses misery and madness as well. Well, I think we've learned everything we can there just now. We can take a load of stuff. And that's interesting in itself. But what else is in here? What's this? Can we look at this? Devotees have placed assorted keys, their teeth filed away among the runnels of wax. Interesting. What's that switch for? It opens a door. Are there any other switches around? Because I think there's another secret door further down. I don't know, but this, I guess, will take us out of here. Probably up to a different region. Let me see. We can find the place of misery and madness. Vision of an ancient tower. And Durford village. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. It said to speak to the guards there just now. So maybe I'll speak to the guards. I wonder if... Will they leave me alone, do you think? Or do you think they'll attack us? Because they'll be like, what are you doing? You've just hurt these people. Yeah. Not a good idea, as it turned out. We have to kill the mercenaries now. Or at least some of them. Okay. Let's keep going then. Let's go up here and just see what's up here. Because there were some people up here as well. Yep, there they are. We probably should have drawn them in here. Don't get him. I think he's healing them. And the archer. Get rid of the ranged combatants. He thinks he can create like ghostly versions of himself and we won't know which one's real.
I'm not going anywhere.
I'm gonna have lots of stuff to get rid of here. Oh, one on his own. Well, no, two. Was that the guy we paid to let us in? No? I guess not. We got lots of extra bits and pieces here, didn't we? I wonder. Oh, we got that guy that we... Oh, he looks like some kind of executioner. The way he's dressed. But he exploded. Oh, we can unlock that now. We'll take the contents of that then.
Don't get far like this.
Okay. I want to see if that was another room that was behind that wall round there. I don't really know how we would get there. Unless it's open now. Somehow doubt that. Let me just see, how did we get out of here before? Well, it's up there. And then there's another path we can take as well to just look around. There's some stairs obviously around there, but I don't know... Yep, they're going to fight us too, unfortunately. Would have been better if they hadn't and we could have talked to them, but... The trouble is, as a group, we're kind of... Yeah, draw him in and now get them. Got no chance now, once he's surrounded.
I'd gladly shoulder the load, but the pack won't hold anymore.
You give me any more gifts,
Yeah,
people will start...
nobody else can carry much. I think we're all pretty well encumbered. Does this open yet? There's definitely someone behind here. But we cannot go in that place. And there's not like a secret control to get in or anything. I mean, I think we'd cleared everywhere else that was in this region anyway. Right, down and then off to the left. And we'll try going up those stairs and just see where they take us. Whether they take us into a different part of the catacombs or somewhere else entirely, I don't know. Soon find out. First fires. Okay, was this the area that they said we weren't allowed to go to? I can't remember. No, this place was okay, I think they said. Oh yeah, we need to go back and tell that guy about his... The Steward of Kidnua has received a letter for me. Okay, well I guess I'll get the letter at some point. So we're in a different area now. Durgan's Battery. Okay, so it's a letter that's come for us. What's this? Header's not going to be able to do much with that, is he? Unsealed the door leading into the lower depths of the endless paths. That's the master below. We can do that at some point, not yet. Need to work out where this cliffside is. And somewhere in the Crucible Keep we're going to find this guy's armour. So the Crucible Keep is here.
A moment, please. I feel I should explain myself.
Go on then. He's not talking. How do you talk to them? That's what I want to know. What's that? Stronghold? Wait, can I do the upgrades here? That's a lot better. Is the one thing we were doing, I think, was the main keep, because for some reason it went a bit weird. Finished in a day and 4 hours. We can hire more people as well. So I think I will just pop him in there as well. So where's this taking us out? To the Temple of Udica. What remains of it, at least. Okay, so the Valian Embassy, Ducal Palace, Copper Lane's up that way. The Crucible Keep's over there, which we need to go to. Let's go this way first. So there's a path there that takes us to the area called Ondra's Keep, was it? Ondra's Gift. That's a new that's another region as well. Wonder if we're allowed to go in here. Into the Valian Embassy. Who knows, but it's worth wandering around, seeing what's going on. Oh, excuse me, I've got my cables underneath me. I don't want to be sitting on things.
Won't get far like this.
What's this? Vicente Agosti. What can this humble servant of the Republics do for you? Tell me about the Republics. They're rich in all ways in wealth and style and culture. If we were to go there, we would not want to leave. Why would you? The people are beautiful and charming. He's here because the Sangreta Ducala wishes it. But he'll be on the first ship out as soon as his appointment's done. There's nothing else. I must return to my duties. What do you do here? Substance, your trade with the Dur would remain strong and profitable. Okay. Good stuff. We've got diplomats. Don't steal things from where they can see us. I don't want an international incident. It's prices for commodities. It's a soldier. Again, a couple of diplomats that we can't really do anything with. We've got a kind of meeting room, I guess. Yeah, some kind of room where people meet to discuss a variety of issues, I'm sure. Not much in here, really. And not an awful lot we can really do here. Just some chests that we could open if we wanted to.
Won't get far like this.
But otherwise, not much else. So, okay, we don't need to go there. We can leave. I had a look around. There wasn't much to see. No doubt we'll have to go there at some point to do something else, but for now, that's all there is. I'll probably go back to the Copper Lane area because I have to tell a guy that his, I don't know, former love, I guess, is freed of the issues she had. Brackenbury, Ducal Palace. Let's go up towards the palace. We probably won't be able to get in there. I would have thought. What's Brackenbury? Is that like another area again? I think that is another area of the city, isn't it? Yeah, that's down there. Well, let's head up to the Crucible Keep, because that's where we had to try and recover that guy's breastplate, isn't it? If we can get it back. I don't know that we will. I somehow don't think it's going to be straightforward to do that. On the other hand, maybe it will be. We'll see. I guess. What business brings us to the keep, he asks. Since every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay keeps us busy on the watch, it does. You look like you've recently arrived yourself. Who are you? He's a soldier of the Crucible Knights, and proud of it. He helps keep everything running at the keep so that Cliver can focus on important matters. And what goes on here? The headquarters of the Crucible Knights, where they store arms and armour, and where their soldiers bunk. Tell me about the Crucible Knights. The defenders of Defiance Bay were not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Cliver I said that. We were the first organised militia to oppose Aedaran rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that critter in Dunrid Row. What about Dunrid Row? Just a requirement of the knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's past. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. Just wish they were more careful hiring their ciphers. Why? They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you can't trust them. Hostility's in their nature. All I'm saying is they should at least be supervised. If people treated them better, you wouldn't have to worry about them being so hostile. I'm speaking the truth. Nowadays it seems that's the biggest crime of all. Do you believe so, do you? It's got just this here. Let's see what's in here. This is obviously a training area. What do we have in here? Novitiates. And just those guys alike. They need to deal with Heritage Hill. What exactly is the deal with Heritage Hill, I wonder? So the archives are that way, next to the training room. Can we look at them? Is there anything we can get access to in here? Uh-oh, don't close the door. Now they'll definitely think we're doing something dodgy. Penhelm's affidavit. Let's have a look at that. If it's anywhere in any of our... I think it's in any of our... No. Let's see. That's the Scroll of Whale. We need to find that at some point. Okay, so that's the main thing we need to do. Let's go this way. A kitchen. Great. Dunstan, he's a person, so yeah.
I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
Found several fragments of an ancient sword. Could you repair it? It's a fine blade. Looks Aedaran, special made. Must have been a commission for a champion. Sword of this caliber would have had specially designed hilt too. It'd be a shame to graft anything else onto it, and besides, it'll balance best with all the original pieces. Find the rest, I'll forge it. What'd you do here?
I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with
Dum
the
da
rules, too.
dum. Tell me about the knights.
Smiths back in Hodrick's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force. Though these days, I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
Probably. See you later. He's obviously learning his craft at the forge. So yeah, where are we likely to find this guy's armor? These are the barracks. Okay, nothing here by the look of things. Suppose if they're going to keep the guys...
That's not nice.
No, I don't want to pick that lock. I really don't want to pick that lock. I don't want to rob people if I can help it. Especially not in a keep full of enemies. Well, not enemies, but, you know, guys that might not be too happy about us taking their stuff. Especially well-armed people who might not be too happy about us taking their stuff.
Don't get far like this.
Some kind of shrine here. I guess you can put stuff on it. It's like two crossed hammers. Symbol of Abaddon. Colossal smithing hammer imposed over a circular gear, smooth and bright. With buffing oils? So I wonder what kind of thing you would give to them. Probably some kind of, probably weapons or something, eh? Right, and there's also a room up the top of these stairs. The war room.
We just don't have the manpower.
For what? There's Cliver.
Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animals. This raid will need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay.
Let's see,
Yes.
why
Can I help you with something?
don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not from
He's
the
not allowed to question it.
Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
I don't think we want to be negative, do we? Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. Always refreshing to meet someone who'd rather fix a problem than complain. Dunstan's working with an animancy scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights, warriors that can patrol the streets without suffering fatigue. Uh-oh. They're creating automatons. We need the scholar's research. She hasn't been around the last few times. Vianna lives with the rest of the scriveners out in Copper Lane. Haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Once you brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armour if you have need. He forges and repairs all of our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. You're in charge of the knights? The High Justice is the leader of the order, but he's stationed at Fleetbreaker Castle. Tell me about the knights. They're the only professional army in Defiance Bay, or in the Durwood for that matter. Defended the city in Hadrick's day. We've improved our training since then, but Dunroad Row can certify that many of our officers come from good fighting stock. Now we're responsible for patrolling the city and keeping the peace. So many refugees pouring in from the countryside, that's become more difficult. And more important, if I'd read it. What do the dozens have against you, exactly? They're demagogues and troublemakers. They forgot that Defiance Bay is one of the largest cities in the world and not some frontier outpost. They're mercenaries on a good day and street thugs the rest of the time. Tell me about the enterprising families. House Dominel, oldest noble family, largest criminal organisation. Gedmar's been trying to take advantage of the turmoil. I see. Goodbye. So, they said though there was somebody else that we needed to find, didn't they?
Don't get far like this.
Right, don't steal from there. Who exactly... That thing with the guy's armour. Penhelm. Oh wait, that's the yeah, the affidavit. which we found now. Okay. Maybe we've got what we need. I don't know where this Penhelm guy can be found. Obviously we found the thing in here. Oh wait, is that him? No. No such luck, I'm afraid. Never mind. Okay. Nothing else we can do in there right now. But never mind. So I wonder where... Do we just go and give this to him, do you think? I really don't know. This is going to be mostly about...
You have said you fought in the Saints' War, but for which side?
The one that blew up my god.
I didn't mean anything by it.
So,
I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light would be very convincing.
a head made of fire and light.
With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure.
Who's this guy? Megnad. Oh, it's a person we can reach out for the soul of. You see a much younger lying on a large stone slab situated in a dais in the mid-centre of a circular room. At 7 points around the dais, older men in black robes prostrate themselves over ornate runes worked into the stone of the floor, chanting in a low drone. An eighth man enters carrying an ebony box inlaid with gold runes that match the runes on the floor. So what is this? They're draining blood from the guy? So some kind of sacrifice? Seems a bit harsh. We're not talking about, like, Scott Steiner's mathematics or anything. A sacrifice. What's this? Can we go in? We're allowed in. Maybe we should be careful going in here. We might be given some major task. Oh, here's a person. Welcome to the Ducal Palace. Sidley. She's asking if there's any news to share, or are we just here to see the palace? What is the Ducal Palace? It's the seat of government in Defiance Bay, where Duke Admeth Hadrit declared freedom from Aedaran rule some 150 years ago. It's a hotbed of regional politics too. What's Kana saying? Better strike out conversation in taverns than here. And who are you? She's a page at the palace delivering messages and running errands. Pay's not great. Can't think of a better intro to politics. Got meetings, public hearings and ceremonies. This is where Duke and his key advisors work. Okay, tell me about the Shrine of Magron. Symbol of Magron's protection of Defiance Bay, she's represented the revolutionary spirit of the Durwood ever since independence, and her involvement in creating the Godhammer bomb only affirmed her importance. What kinds of records are you storing here? Okay, is there a hearing going on? Duke Avar has been meeting with some of the city leaders for weeks. Secret business. A lot of the talks about animancy. The legacy was obviously Wadeone's legacy. But a lot of people call the Rash of Hollowborn. That's punishment for meddling in animancy. Why is animancy controversial? Traditionalists think it's a crime against the gods. Doesn't help that animancy research often involves old Engwithan relics that were illegally looted. What are Hollowborn? Children born without souls. We knew that already. What do you think about animancy? I think the real danger is confusing a real scholar with an expensive fake, as is often the case. Firga.
Hail, traveler.
Praise be to Magron and welcome to her temple. How may I be of service? You seem upset. What's wrong? It's about the fires. They're just symbols. You can't put your faith in them. Fires? Sacred powers around town. You must have seen the statues of the goddess around the city holding up empty braziers. Kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now. People need to see them more than ever. So go light them again. They don't work that way, they're holy fires. It's the devotions and prayers that keep them lit. Well, they ain't working. All you can think about is the Hollowborn. How could Magrin allow us to suffer like this? Yeah, let's say that. You're right. Fortunately, I believe Magrin's been speaking to me again. I've been seeing visions, a place in the wilderness with pools filled with sunbursts of colour. Strange falls that rise to the heavens even while they splash into the earth. Behind the falls is a cave. Caves behind waterfalls, eh? Like those. Apparently there's a website where someone's done... There was some group that did like a can you pet the dogs or something. Anytime there's a dog in the game, you see if you can pet them. There's also a thing where they say, can you go behind the waterfall? Well, apparently there's one you can go behind here. What's the significance of the pyres? They symbolise Magrin's power and guidance. Oh. Tell me about the temple. Magrin is the most revered goddess among us, Durwoodens. It's the first of the sacred pyres. When this is lit, so are the rest. Some of your warrior gazes toward a raised hand. It's empty, but the palm of figures are blackened. Because that was where the fire was. So we can go to a cave from Firga's vision. What else is in here? That's the Hall of Records up the top. We'll swing by there last if we can. What can we find here? Stuff to steal, but people will know that we're doing it. And to be honest, there's nothing of interest anyway. Just helms. Only people with official invitations are allowed to go in there. Can we not just go in anyway? Where does that take us? No, I don't want to go outside yet. So we can't go in there just now. I would assume we'd get in some big trouble if I tried. What's up here? Some sort of throne room or something? No, this was the Hall of Records. Talk to the record keeper. He's not interested in talking to us. We're just a pain to him. We're just in his way. But there's nothing really we can do here right now. I just feel like it's nice to look around all the places. But we should have one or two quests to turn in now. I think. I believe. We had some fighting, obviously. I'm sure there'll be a lot more to come. I think that was it. I don't think there was anywhere else really we needed to visit, was there? The rest of this is all just going to take us to other parts of town, which we will visit in due course. Hopefully not too much longer. But first, we're going to go back to the region we started in. I want to go to Copper Lane, thanks. 15 minutes it'll take me to get there. A whole 15 minutes. Not an actual 15 minutes, obviously. That would be that'd be quite annoying, wouldn't it? You must wait for the game to load for 15 minutes. Okay. So, there was a guy down by the entrance to the catacombs.
Turning purple. I'd have to cut it off.
I warned you not to pet him.
If I'm not supposed to pet him, why is he so
Here
soft?
he is.
Well met, friend.
Did I find her? Yes, but not as you expected. Rowena used to wear this. Where did you get it? From your old adversary, Helig. He trapped her inside it. Yeah, that's probably better. It's time to set her free. After searching for her for so long, just to have her close to me, to visit her in my dreams, that would be enough. If this is really what you want, take it. Okay. Please take this, it's from my old adventuring days. So what's he given me? A thing. Dial Evan de Beta. It's in my stash. Oh, it's a... would appear to be a unique club of some kind. I don't know how he was an adventurer if his only weapon was a club. I suppose if he wasn't fighting anything too dangerous, he might have been alright. So the guy we had to give this to, was he not the guy that's down with those guys that call themselves the Dozens? What's this? I'm just walking in the middle of their stage. With all these actors just hanging around. Lumdala is a person we could talk to. She's a statuesque woman with a gaze that could cut stone. Her eyes shimmer under silvered eyeshadow and a razor-precise line of kohl.
Well met, friend.
What do you do? She's the Pallid Knight, the Widow of the Wood, and the Warrior Queen Mokga at different times. What's the Revel of Stars? The finest theatre troupe in the city. We believe the best art is immersive and true to life. Do you take in many new members? But of course, good drama is a balm to the soul. We wish to offer a true theatrical experience to as many as possible. What kind of members do you take? The new and old, the tall and small, the experienced and inexperienced. Whoever fills a role. Once able to satisfy the demands of the roles, they can stay for as long as they need to. If you know any aspiring thespians, send them her way. Naughty. He can't talk right now. You just did. Sorry, I can't talk right now, but you. Okay. Right, these people that call themselves the Dozens, I don't know how many of them there actually are. But if there's 23, I don't know if they can call themselves the Dozens. The dozen and almost a dozen. Maybe they're more than that, I don't know. It was the guy over here, wasn't it, that wanted the thing, Rowan. Well, maybe it wasn't him, was it someone else? Who was it that we needed to find that thing for? It was Rowan, wasn't it? Osric. Where did I find Osric? Inside the Goose and... no, in Admeth's Den. In the Expedition Hall. That's where. I remember now. Because this is where the Dozens are based. Oh, I'll tell you what though, before we do that, let's have a look through our inventory and see what's worth keeping and what's worth selling. Gloves. Dexterity +2. Melee damage bonus. I feel like that could be quite useful for him. You can have that one. No, that's no use to him. And I've got decent plate armour on, so his armour's better than that. Yours. Okay. Take the fine scale armour instead. My Wodica hood. That was what I had to put on, I guess, before. Okay. Quarterstaff. She has a bow, but she doesn't have any kind of armour items that would be useful at the moment. I don't think she wants medium armour like that on, does she? Oh well, medium armour would be better than heavy armour for her though, I'm sure. That would probably be okay. Is there anything she can wear that's useful? Give her one of those. A couple of grimoires there. Ooh, a great sword. Is it better than the one I've got now? No, it's the same. So much. I've got so much stuff here. Like, so much stuff to go through. Does anyone need an amulet? Well, actually it doesn't do anything, so there's no point. And what do we have in here? Again, not a great deal. Okay. Not a great deal, it would be fair to say. So let's look for someone to sell some of this rubbish to. Yeah, show me your wares. I'm going to sell you a load of stuff that I do not need. Yep, take that, and that, and that. There's lots of stuff to sell on. I feel like the pistol could be useful for someone, so we'll keep it there just now. Get rid of the quarterstaff. I don't need all of these Wodaka hoods. I feel like those could be useful, so I'm not going to get rid of them. The spells. Oh, better sell what I've got. I get 10 for each of those, so that's not too bad. And sell. Got a load of daggers and not much else. That's definitely not a particularly useful range of items. And we'll clear down this stash as well while we're at it. Because yeah, I mean, we're picking up a lot of things, but most of them are things we don't really need. I feel like the food items we can keep. And gone. We've got like 30,000 gold. It's way too much money. Far too much money. Could probably do just about every update on the keep. Or whatever else is there. So much to learn here though. So much to do and see. Right, let's go find that guy so we can give him... I don't know if that piece of paper is going to be enough to get him to... But there's Osric. Oh, he's not... I don't really need to hire any adventurers, to be honest. Okay, so... So, okay, I have to do something else about that particular item that we found, it would appear. It's not just a case of... It's not just a case of finding the affidavit or whatever. We have to actually use it for something. Maybe if I look, I think I can look at my quest items and maybe see what it is. I think they're in our stash section. Excuse me a sec. Da, da, da. Let's take a look. I'm sure that quest items, the edict of arrest, calls for the arrest of Aeorn, whose recent actions have led to the death of a Knight of the Crucible. Requests reporting any information to Justiciar Aldmar. And there's Penhelm's affidavit. Karen, a cipher duly appointed and employed by Danrod Rowe, does hereby certify that Novitiate A.M. Penhelm has been found to have a soul free of any subversive influences or tainted essence. It's stamped with the seal of Danrod Rowe and signed by both Penhelm and Karen.
You're from Gilded Vale?
How does that help me, I wonder? There we go. Rogue Knight.
Then you're close to home.
The ciphers are over here.
Close can mean a lot of things.
Surely you'll go
think.
back when this is all over.
Dunno.
The Scrivener, they said. Hold on. Well, that's that village we need to go to eventually. But right now, we need to find the Scrivener, I guess. Now, this is not where the Scriveners are based. This is where that guy Pernisk is that was unfortunately overtaken by enemies. Maybe he's learned not to sell drugs now, do you think? Probably not. I don't think there's anything else for us to do in here anyway, it was just that I went into the wrong door. Still need to find this cliff that this guy was lurking on. And these 3 random places that we've got to look for, apparently. Okay, so... we want to go to the Scrivener's dormitory.
Is it very cold? What creatures wander the tundra? How are your leaders chosen?
Do you
Too
always
many
ask
questions.
Well, that's just to get us started. Let me get out.
See if the Scrivener that he used is in here. Or if they're elsewhere. Just don't know. I just don't know. Let's see, there was one guy. Find Viana.
Greetings.
Looking for Viana. So I was talking about metal men, which is strange. So I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat snowcap. I don't talk about metal men either, and I do eat snowcap. She's not here. Flew away to Ondra's gift to meet her friend Bessia. No, Clesia. Clesia is the friend she's got to meet in Ondra's gift in a house, not a boat. North house, empty house. Ondra's gift has a lot of boats. We should go rowing sometime. You should lay off the... whatever you're taking. Okay. So now we've got to go to Ondra's gift. And look for this Viana person with Clesia or Bessia or... I don't know. Lionel Messia. Nah, it doesn't work. That's a strange thing to say and it really doesn't work. Silly. Stop that. It's silly. Who's that guy with like flames coming out of his head? He's a historian. So we're going to head to First Fires and then we can go down to Ondra's gift. $15 it'll take us again. Hopefully not really. I need to stop saying that. Because really, it's obviously not going to take 15 minutes. What a stupid thing to say. Sorry, just one moment. I just need to have a quick drink. My throat is fat. Jeez. Okay. So Andra's Gift, we can get there by going down the bottom way. What's that area that we're not allowed to go to? There's one area that nobody can go to as well, isn't there? Yeah. It's all closed off. Well, I guess if we can't go there, there's not really much point trying to. There's lots of these people as well, thousands of these people around that you can read little stories of. I think you could probably spend hours and hours on end just reading little stories about people. Andra's Gift's this way. But it wouldn't make for much... I don't know how much enjoyment you would get out of that. 15 minutes, of course. So to get from one side of the town to another, it takes about half an hour. Interesting. And that'll be with twisty-turny streets. It's not a particularly big city, is it? Okay, Andra's Gift. There's a few places we can look at here. There's Abandoned House, Odda's House, Colferg's House, another abandoned house, the Salty Mast. Say no more. Cheese. Just what we need. Okay, so there's a lot of houses here. Where am I? There. The trouble is you can't really see. Yeah, let's go into this house and see what it's all about. See if there's anything in there. Anyone in there. This is obviously one of the abandoned ones, so... good chance there's nobody in here. Or we'll come across some kind of eldritch horror, the likes of which H.P. Lovecraft would have written about. Instead we find a building full of drug addicts, because of course we do. It's a drug den. And we don't need to be visiting one of them right now. What we're going to do, go in there and like look at them disapprovingly. Colfeg's house? Colfeg's house. It's that guy's house, whoever he is. So we shouldn't be going in, it's someone else's house. That's in just as great a condition as the last one was. Got some sugar out of it though. You can't just barge into someone's home like this. Who do you think you are? Who are you? The elf who lives here, now get out. What now? He looks at me nervously. Well, not much. I was hoping that you might want to have a conversation, but... I'll just take your money instead. See you later. You shouldn't leave your money in pots where random adventurers can come in and rifle through all your bits and pieces. Excuse me, this is my house. Smash, crash, empty pot. Break up all their stuff, you know. Put a basket over his head. All in his own home. Somebody somewhere there has very loud footsteps. Odda's house. That entry must be on the other side. Yeah, probably. There's an abandoned house down here again. I'm going to assume that, much like the other one, it's not worth looking in. Well, so far we've looked in two houses, and neither of them have been worth looking at. Oh, this one's bigger. We got some camping supplies out of it. There's some weaponry here. There's some kind of... Oh! Dodwina, as I enter the room I see several figures huddled together, standing at attention, armed, but not in matched gear like the Crucible Knights. At the centre, one woman looms over another holding a flail, and she's snarling at the figure. You've got pages of research here. You expect me to believe this was just your scratch work? It's nothing, I promise, just my notes. We hear a painful smack as the woman backhands her. We know you're meeting with the Crucible Knights. You think they're the only ones with power in this city. They call us the Dozens for a reason. And I won't ask you again what, because there's at least 24 of you. You shouldn't be here. Let her go and I'll pretend I never saw this. Too late for that, and we're going to have to fight now. Unfortunately, that's going to probably give us a pretty bad standing with the Dozens, I would expect. Might cause us a problem, or two, or 7, or dozens maybe, in fact. There's a goat? We're being attacked by a goat? Is that a goat attacking us? We need some stew. Viana's face is covered in bruises. I don't know who you are, but thank you. I was sure they were going to kill me. What happened here? Thought I was coming here to meet my friend. Looks like I walked into a trap. The Dozens have been watching me for a while. I'm working on a special project for the Crucible Knights. They weren't subtle about contacting me. What about the project? A rare branch of animancy. I probably shouldn't get too specific without Cliver's permission. He commissioned it after all. You can see the trouble a little indiscretion's gotten me into. Tell me about yourself. Studied animancy in Ozia back in the Valian Republics. Came to Defiance Bay to research local advances. Instead of going to the sanitarium, she found a position as a scrivener at the Temple of Whale. Okay, well, let's get out of here. Cliver is waiting for her research. Not that I haven't already done a lot for her, but maybe I could take it to him. She took it from me when I arrived. Don't wait on me, I can make my own way out of here. Now that's interesting, because I could probably use that against Cliver. She's alright, and thanks me again. Was that a goat that we saw on the ground? If it was, there's no, like, goat bits left lying around. What's that? Viana's research.
I'm not going anywhere like this.
Oh, someone's leveled up. 2 people have leveled up, in fact. Any time you want to do it, that'd be great. Again, I feel like we need to maybe boost something else, but yeah, I think we'll boost survival this time. Yeah. We have here, I'm immune to the frightened and terrified afflictions. Or that. Oh, let's take clear out. That sounds like a good skill to take. Which probably means it totally isn't, but you know. Now we can level him up. I feel like lore is always the best thing to level up for him, isn't it? Oh, and we can do up to level 4 spells now. Dimensional shift. That sounds good, actually. Take dimensional shift. Oh, I can take another one. Iron skin would be quite useful for him, actually. Ringram's repulsive visage. Or visage, if you prefer. Crackling bolt. Yes. That will do very nicely. I noticed part of his head's missing, and it seems to be because I've put a helmet on him. Although clearly part of his head's not missing there, so I guess thank goodness for small mercies. He's not a random floating face. Not that that wouldn't make for an interesting enemy. Random flapping, floating faces. Rippling in the wind. That sounds terrifying. In actual fact. Right, there's a house down here. This has got another named owner. So maybe we'll find something of interest in here. Or somebody that's interesting. Or anybody at all. In fact. Again, empty house. Are you here about my boy? She asks. She looks like she hasn't slept in days and her hair's a rat's nest of tangles. Eyes lined with shadows. Are you here about Darren? No, but if it's something I can help with, I will. It's my son. His father Wade took him fishing 2 days ago. Haven't seen them since. The neighbours are no help and the city watch hardly bothers with the gift these days. I'll be out in the docks and look at myself, but I can't leave the baby. I don't dare take a hollowborn out with the violence near the brothel. You have a hollowborn baby? Wademan's legacy is as potent in defiance bay as anywhere. People are scared and they're looking for someone to blame. Including babies. I don't approve of what goes on at Maya's place, but these attacks won't earn us the gods' mercy. Tell me more about their disappearance. What do you want to know? Well, tell me about Darren. He's a brave lad and a little too bold for his own good, but he's always been a dutiful son and a gentle brother. To the soulless baby. Sometimes I don't know whether to rejoice or rue that he comes home as often as he does. He spends most of his time and all of our money drinking at the brothel. Ever since the baby. Where did you see them last? He was taking Darren fishing at the docks. That was 2 days ago. Okay, well if I find anything, I'll come back. Quiet, motionless shape is swaddled beneath filthy rags and moth-eaten towels. So, these Hollowborn, are they actually alive? That's the only thing I'm not too sure about. I guess they are, but they ultimately don't do much of anything. That's interesting enough in its own way. Let's take a look at the salty mast.
The life of a traveler. So many ruins to uncover, places to see.
Indeed. Though after 5 years, I'll be ready for a break.
It's true. You have been at it far longer than I. Where will you go next?
Grab his purse and go. Is this about people robbing people? That cannot stand. I'll help him up. What happened? I was just on my way to the club. It's a rough part of town, but the rabble's never been violent. Even a night with a Cali isn't worth this. Well, that doesn't tell me much, does it? Seems they ran this way, or maybe around the other side, I don't know. Well, let's go into the Salty Mast. We've heard this is an interesting inn. Although, well, who knows? It's going to be full of thieves. Cut purses, as they might call them. Or maybe even cut throats. Oh, there's too many people's voices.
A bastion of Deerwood and culture. She was doing.
I don't see many outfitted like you who aren't looking for trouble. You aren't looking for trouble, are you? What kind of trouble are you having? The kind that's bad for business. Local rowdies have taken to harassing my hard-working boys and girls and our customers. They started showing up after this rash of Hollowborn and they've been driving the regulars away. I could look as long as there's coin in it. The thugs tend to roam in groups, which suggests they aren't random incidents. Put a stop to the attacks and I'll find a real nice way to thank you. Bake us cookies? Yeah, okay. Can you tell me about anything else? This is the Salty Mast, the most famous house of pleasure in Defiance Bay. And that makes sense to be called the Salty Mast then, I guess. I don't want to order refreshments. Stop saying that. Any of your regulars interested in... No. I'm here for some quiet time. Maybe another time. I don't really think any of that's of much interest to me, to be honest.
Gods keep you.
Inez tulips, what will it be? No, okay, that's obviously one of the Giefa.
Gods keep you.
Okay. Never mind that. So just a lot of customers. Who's this guy?
Date.
An older drunkard. Come for a story. I told all the best stories. It's my club anyway. What club? Club for refined and prestigious gentlemen. You must be here about the ring. Have to have that to get into the lounge. They don't just let anyone in, you know. It's the most exclusive club in Defiance Bay. Don't tell them you're new. Right, okay. Got like a chef in here. And a guy just standing. Do they need a guard in the kitchen? A couple of people whose souls we can read. As I say, if we just started doing that, we'd spend hours doing that and nothing else. Okay. Nothing much in here, really. At the moment, at least. It seems like there were those three people and they ran off past the front of this place. We'll take a look over to the right of here just to see if there's anything of interest. And maybe that's how that guy and his son ended up disappearing. Or was it just the son that disappeared? I don't know. Let's see who's over here, because this is where they were harassing people. Hold up. How do I get to that? Maybe there's a way down round here. Thing is, there's no buildings here to really visit. Could they be hiding in this alley over here? Not impossible, but no, they're not. This guy's asleep. And obviously they're not troubling him too much. There's something down there in the water, but I don't know how we get there. But we will take a look at that when we can. So we need to find... She said to go down to the docks to try and find her son, didn't she? So here's the docks. Let's see what's around. Can't go any further than that. And this kind of... Oh, I thought it stopped there. Thankfully it doesn't. But there's nothing to find at the end of here anyway. So I guess we're going to move back and go to the next part of the docks. So where did those guys go that ran away? Because they went in this direction. What is that? I'm sure there'll be a way to get in the water down here somewhere. I don't know where, but there must be. Ah, here we go. Well, this'll take us to whatever that is. And while we're at it as well, we can look out to see if mud squelches underfoot. Yeah. A young boy's corpse lies at our feet. Soul lingers nearby. Let's reach towards his soul. See what's happened to him. Glowing mist strikes at the air around me. The soul can't touch me, but I feel it burn with rage. It's okay, I'm here to help. It ripples towards me and swirls around. I experience wonder, fear, and the joy of running. I get pulled into the streets around the salty masked woman with painted faces weave between men stumbling in and out of the lamplight. Father's gone in for a drink just like always. He said it'd only be a few minutes, but it's been hours. The man guarding the door laughed when he tried to explain. There's always a back door in an alley. 2 men have cornered a woman. Her cheeks are streaked with tears. She's backed against the wall and looking away. They're getting closer. I step forward. They barely acknowledge me, but the woman looks at me with a plea in her eyes. You've seen that look in the abused strays in your hollow-born sister. Time father took her from the splintering cradle to the filled wash basin. You were brave that day. A knife's in the thug's belt. It's in her hands, and now it's in his thigh. Yeah. You did a good thing. The letter B is carved into the pommel of the dagger. Well, yeah, I mean that might help us learn something about who might have done it. Just trying to see if I can find that particular storyline. Brave Darren, there we go. So we should go and tell her what happened to her son, as bad as that's going to be. She needs to know, doesn't she? Wait. No, I thought that guy for a minute. I'd forgotten what that guy was called in that random house. Oh. Let's talk this through. Oh, am I missing the point? You're going to be receiving the point very soon. I mean, you did see that there was like 6 of us, right? And a fox thing. Next. Take the next one. Anyone want to stop attacking yet? Oh, what a shame. Ah, we've got a boost. We boosted one of our missions there, the supply and demand quest, which I think was for people at the Salty Mast. One of the thugs dropped a key that looks like it belongs to a house in Andra's gift. Well, only one way to find out what that's all about. That'll be to look around at other houses that we've not been to yet. But there's clearly quite a lot to do here. And then there's the other quests. You may want to sit down, you won't be coming back. He crossed 2 dangerous men. That works as well as anything else. How could this make it any better? I would never let my boy die for one of those women, and yet I can only pray the gods will be kinder to him in the next life. Maybe there's hope for one of my children. Take these. I've been saving several keepsakes for Darren, but he won't need them now. Unfortunately not. Do a bit of levelling up. There we go. And he can have something else. That'll do. Very nice. That sounds like an alright thing to have. And we'll level up Arcana. Lore's mostly what he does, but I mean I can't. I'll take mechanics and survival, just because I feel like survival's going to help everybody anyway. Reduce accuracy of disengagement attacks, decrease reload time. Yeah, that one works. I believe. And what about you? What can we do when we're leveling you up? That'll do. There we go. She can heal her animal companion. Actually, yeah, we'll do that so we don't lose the fox. I think that's probably a good idea. There we go. Let's do this. Let's leave and see if we can find out where that key that we found takes us. See if we can get rid of any more of these annoying guys. Whoever they are, they seem to be wanting to try and take over the place. So
Brother,
there's a
did you and he get along?
We got along how brothers do.
trading
He
company
used to throw water on me to wake me up in the morning. I used to fill his
and a
boots with
ramshackle
stinging ants.
house.
My own brothers and sisters are doing
So I
very
reckon
well for
probably
themselves back in Takoa. I don't know that they'd search for me if I were killed so far from
we're going to find them somewhere down the bottom of there, aren't we?
I bet you'd be surprised how far they'd go.
What's that guy called? Querzimian. Querzimian? Anyway, whatever his name is, he's over there. That's just somebody's house, I think. Let's just give it a try. Okay, so we didn't have to use a key to get in there. So I would assume that means this is not where those randoms are hiding. There's a guy. Brian Walker. It's Braden Walker. No, hang on. It's Brian Walker. Seems like a fairly normal name compared to everyone else. People have got all sorts of strange names and then just, hello, I'm Brian Walker. I don't know why I used that accent. It doesn't really matter, does it? Bragan. Gosh, much right to stand here as the guys go into that house. They don't like what I've got to say, then go somewhere else. This belong to you? That's mine, alright, and no one touches my dagger and lives. Oh, I'd like to see you try. He murdered a little boy, so I don't care. And he lasted one measly hit. At least we saved the people that killed the little boy. Saved them? What did I say that for? We didn't save them, we took them. Killed them. And it's no more than what they deserved. So that's good. There's a lighthouse there to take a look at. Aha, this is the key. The key gets us in here. To the ramshackle house. What's that like? We need to have a look at that lighthouse as well. There's not something about a tower. Yes, there was.
How
Let's
do
have
you
a
do?
chat. Aphra wears a defiant expression and a sturdy yet battered suit of armour. You don't look like one of the knights. Can I help you with something? I'm here about the trouble at the Salty Mast. Ordinary Kith are angry as they should be with that crooked Amara toadying up to the nobles, using the tragedy of Waidwin's legacy to line our pockets. People around here know you to be an honest broker. Maya's made it so only the rich can afford her establishment, yet she sits in the poorest district. How's that fair? It's a good point. I'll see if I can get her to lower her prices. But maybe don't kill people over it, yeah? I mean, attacking people in the street seems a bit much. But, you know, if she is driving the prices up, maybe she should move somewhere where people can actually go. Then again, if she goes to a more upmarket area, you know, maybe people won't want her kind of business there. I think that's about as diplomatic as you can be about that situation, isn't it? Now hiring builders.
Hail and well met.
Interested in doing some construction work? I take it you're having trouble finding people. Workers aren't superstitious cowards. I offer good coin, but as soon as I tell them about the job, they say an oath to the Lady of Lament and spit over the dock. They all think the lighthouse is haunted. Well, I was interested in going there anyway. X of the war. The flood certainly claimed enough souls to pack a lighthouse full to bursting. It was flooded? Back at the end of the war, defiance. It was one of the finishing blows to the Aederan military. Cost us a lot, though. The whole district was supposed to be evacuated, but not everyone left in time. Locals say the lighthouse keeper was one of the few people who stayed. Okay, well, that won't stop me. I was going to go there just now anyway. A wailing banshee, it says. Well, you're terrified to go in here, aren't you, mate? But I'm not.
Mia's got her work cut out for her.
Oh yeah, look, you can hear the screaming already. Must be a banshee. Let's go in. This might be a mistake. Or it might not. You know. Either way, we need to do it. Let's find the source of the wailing.
I'll give it a try, at least.
Yeah, pick the
As
lock.
requested.
Thank you. Now there's the stairs to go up. But let's take a look at what's around here first. Patina of filth and dead barnacles reaches almost to the ceiling. Glass is completely opaque with grime and salt. Oh, a chest. And we have... Oh! Now we got some spirits. Some rain blights. Kill. Kill the blights. One left. Oh, they're doing some pretty big damage actually. Thankfully, we're okay now. Well, for the moment anyway, I might have to do some health recovery. Yeah, I think I will. And we've got plenty of these anyway. Camping's not allowed in this area. Oh, good. That's not going to be a problem at all. Oh, shades. Wait. Inspectors. Go. Take it. Quickly, take them. Wait, there's two in the middle of us. Take them first. Oh, Aloth's gonna lose. Oh, and the thing's dying as well. The fox, I think, is in danger. Take this thing before the fox gets hurt. Oh, one more. Uh-oh, Aloth is low in health. Kill it! There we go. It's okay, so there are spirits here that are going to cause us a problem if we're not careful. I've got a feeling this is a bad idea. especially with some people almost dead. It's an endurance potion, that's no use. Oops. What I want to do is, does he have any quick items? I need him to use that on himself. And then go forward. I don't understand why a mage rushes in like that anyway.
I shall deal with this one.
Oh, quickly, just deal them all.
I shall deal with this one.
Again, the fox is in some danger. Come on. I think it's the fox. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was something else. No, no, no. Not yet. See what's in this room. Just a box that we can take some beer out of. But that's all. And a big open chamber here. Selected correspondences of Giftbringer Aiden. And an evacuation notice. It's stiff with age and salt. Adrian reinforcements advancing. Okay, and a door key. I'm assuming we'll open this door up here. I really need to heal somebody. Inventory. What kind of healing items do I have? No, that's no use. Or that. Do we not have any kind of healing items of any kind? Yeah, that's not going to help me. Which means Aloth's going to be in some trouble if I'm not careful. Can I definitely not rest? Oh, I can. Good. Because otherwise he'd have died.
Even if you are putting one over on me.
Let's have a hunting party again.
5 years for me. Must be 30-something for Ichimak.
Oh, the fox has been looking for 30 years.
Certainly started out that way. It's been a long hunt.
It's an adventure.
A long time away from my family. Before, I'd crossed the tundra of Nasutok following caribou herds. I didn't want to leave Kalu and our children, but I was eager to visit lands my people rarely do. But 5 years without finding him. It's like 2 hours of necking. I'm ready to be done.
She's done with it.
Soul recovery is an old village tradition. We call it the Tarnek Elitsak. Once in a generation, we seek the soul of a much respected and long dead village elder. We tell him what's changed in the village, how people remember him. The only other Tarnek Elitsak during my lifetime happened when I was a girl, not long after Persak died.
Okay.
We feasted on blubber and fermented milk for a week, and we honored the chosen huntress as a hero.
Sounds horrible.
Then she left, and we returned to our duties. We still sang her name to the skies during festival season, but we otherwise didn't speak of her.
I'm sure your village still remembers you. I'm kind to say so, she says.
Forgotten by my village, the troubles me. But sometimes I wonder how my husband and children remember me.
Of course they do, they must.
Still, there's no point in dwelling on it. More often I find myself wondering whether Persak will remember us. You claim
What do you think? Do you remember your past lives? Not clearly. Has your village changed?
The same as it was 100 years ago.
What's the point of telling him then? Persak brokered a lot of trade agreements. Sounds like
That's
Persic
what
did a
he wants
lot.
to remind him.
I enjoy the adventure. Every day brings something new. Refreshing indeed. Let's go. We've got some stairs to climb to see what happens. What are we going to find up here, I wonder? Well, that's the Banshee that they were talking about. Her name's Lilith. Each of her shoulders is a whale, I think. As you approach, the spirits' cries take on a threatening edge. If I back away... will she talk to us? Shrieking sobs pierce my ears and rattle the musty rafters. Oh, she's getting louder. Let's look at her. Her head's tilted back, even if it looses, as it looses blood-curdling howls. It's looking at the windows and scanning the horizon. Her hands are stained with something dark. Okay, let's take a look around here. The logbook spells a thick plume of dust, 6 Phonoton to 2672. Foggy, port full, 158 days since sighting the Red Dream. Heavy rain, 2 fishing boats, dark clouds, Aedaran ships on the horizon.
I'll give it a try, at least. I'll give it a try. I can do that.
Nobody can open that lock. More steps you can go up, although I don't think you can actually go up these steps.
Don't get far like
There's a
this.
body there on the ground. And there's Lilith's shawl. I don't know that we can talk to her. Can we go up there? No. Let's take a look at what this is telling me about her. The Wailing Banshee. She's watching the horizon. They were looking for the Red Dream. Naya might know something about it. Well, let's go down and see. She was the person that gave us this job, wasn't she? So maybe we can go and find something that'll get rid of the spirit without, you know, destroying it. Because destroying it might not help either. But we've cleared out everything else. So let's go see what this girl has to say about this ship, or whatever it is. What is it? What was it? I suppose. I don't know. There she is.
Hello.
Have you heard of the Red Dream? Been running raids for decades now, used to stop in New Haemar, laden with the spoils from Rauatai traders. These days it spends most of its time prowling the Deadfire Archipelago. Oh, it's there, anchored in the distance. Merwith takes her shore leave over at the Charred Barrel in Brackenbury. Okay. So we should probably go and speak to that person in Brackenbury. So let's go there. Because that might help us resolve this quest in some other way. Can we get on the ship? Is this the ship? No, it looks like there's no way to get on any of the ships that are docked around here. Oh wait, it looks like these are all sunken ships anyway. There's also something that's making me think that this Banshee thing might have something to do with one of those 3 areas we were supposed to find. I think. But first things first. We need to go and look for whoever this is. How did I get out of here again? There. Where did they say that they were? Brackenbury. Okay, so don't do that then. Is there a way to Brackenbury from here? Well, there definitely won't be from Heritage Hill, will there? So we probably have to go back to First Fires. That seems to be the way to do it. So let me know how you're enjoying this as well, because obviously there's a lot of running around and things, and not... I know there's nothing hugely exciting that happens all the time, running around. Right. Let's head to First Fires, and then hopefully from there to Brackenbury. Where there are also loads of things for us to look at, I'm sure. No doubt. Yeah. I go round by the temple here.
Mancy has had its failures, Bowel Reach among them. But does that warrant attacks on innocent practitioners? Superstitious Kith have spilled
No, it
their
doesn't.
share of blood.
That's no comparison. Animancers have the advantage of education, and with that comes authority and responsibility.
So let's go to Brackenbury. He's saying with great power comes great responsibility. That's what he's saying. Wasn't there a period of time when everyone was saying that in everything, you know? Spider-Man came out and suddenly everyone was saying it. Oh, we're surrounded by people. There's an Animancer there. And this person.
Good day to you.
Nedden. What are you busy with? She's studying soul attachment. We all know that souls move into people at birth and out of them at death. Souls power bodies and give their tissues life. If we understood how to reattach souls, we could end Waidwin's legacy. There'd have to be one to attach to them. What's the problem? You meddle with things you don't understand. At least we're trying to do something. It's difficult to get the information we need. There's a manuscript called the Theorems of Pangram. It contains research from Pangram's experiments into detached souls. It's a bit more daring than anything else, and novices certainly shouldn't grab it. She won't share that information. Sorry to hear that. I'm not stealing from the library, whether she wants us to or not. That's the sanitarium, Andra's Gift, Hadrit House. The charred barrel must be where this pirate's supposedly hanging out. We will come and look back over this place at some point, but I'm aware of the fact that if I walk around every area, we won't get much done. That's House Dominel, the criminal masterminds. So I don't want to talk to them right now. But I do want to go and find this person. This pirate. See if they can tell us about this Lilith person. The charred barrel. I say, do they allow pets in these places? Let's see. They do. Or if they don't, they're not gonna. Thristone. This is somebody in robes. Did she send you to run me out of town? You can tell her I'm not going anywhere without the medallion. I'm not after you, but maybe I can help. That's relief, but I don't see how. Sorel's a courtesan over at the Salty Mast. We've been working together for over a year now. I find a noble with more money than sense, fill him with liquor and send him her way. She's taking extra money off people. 100 coppers here, a trinket there, it's a bounty for us. And they never notice anything missing. That's dishonest, it's surviving. If they have more wealth than they can hang on to, why should they keep it? Anyway, we always split the bounty until a week ago she takes a necklace off some noble. Relic's sacred, but she won't part with it for any sum he can afford. I can't go home without it. I'll see about getting the medallion for you. But whatever you do, don't hurt her. Well, I wasn't intending to. Naunton. Begging your pardon, no, it's you. It's good to see you well. We had a few rough days here. We found this place and they were kind enough to hire us both. Things have been wonderful. Good. Nope. Don't really care about that one. I'm looking for the pirate captain. I'm not going to be in the kitchen, are they?
How do you do?
Fine, but you don't have any information I need. Maybe up there? No, it's a noble. Got an understudy, so there's actors here. So where's this captain of this ship anyway? I'm not seeing them around. Upstairs, maybe? Aha! Merith. We don't know each other, best keep it that way. Someone at the old lighthouse in Andra's Gift was looking for your ship. Didn't peg you for a liar, at least not from what I heard. But that doesn't mean I believe you, she leans in. You better explain what gave you such an interesting notion. The last lighthouse keeper watched for your ship every day, it's in the log. No, she turned me out. We were poorer than the fishermen who lived there now, and when she learned I'd put food on her table with stolen coins, she told me that if she never saw me again, it'd be the mercy of the gods. Whoever she was, a part of her has remained. Let it stay there, we're done. Okay. That probably wasn't the right way to do that. I don't really know what we're going to do. I guess we've got no choice but to destroy it then. Rather hope we wouldn't have had to do that. But now the options are limited. Doesn't really help me. It's the best way out of here. Oh, up that way. Up this way is the best way out of here. Because I can just then go straight to Andra's Gift. 12 minutes? Oh my. Considering there's not a direct route here from there, it's interesting that it doesn't take half an hour to go through 2 districts when it takes 15 minutes to go through 1. It's confusing. Oh, it's a bit misty here now. Wasn't like that earlier. Hope it's not a bad sign. Of something bad being on the horizon. Yes, that's what I said. Oh, it is a thing, it does exist. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Hey. Down here, isn't it, towards the lighthouse? So, that pirate captain must have had some kind of relationship with whoever this is in the top of here.
Good day to you.
Oh, never mind. She's got nothing more to say. But we can go upstairs and see if we've learned anything useful to help us complete this situation. Otherwise we might just have to kill the Banshee. Might have no other choice. Even though I'd rather not. Although to be fair, I've killed all sorts of other people so far in the game, so I don't know why I'm concerned about this ghost. But, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see where it takes us. Forget about Meredith, she's lost to you. Ah, yeah, it's enraged now. Kill it. That was quick. Take out these things, come on. I feel like we need to probably look at the order we're doing this in a bit more carefully. Okay, we did it. We did it. I think. I think that's it then. I think we've cleared this place out. As much as I might not have wanted to do it that way. We'll go and tell Naya she's got nothing to worry about anymore. Oh, there's a... Okay. Opened the chest even though I wasn't walking toward it, I didn't have it. I didn't think I had it highlighted. I suppose maybe I did. Okay, so we'll turn in this quest and I think that's probably going to be where we're going to finish for tonight, guys. Just so much running around. Oh yeah, I want to see if any of my stronghold stuff's improved any. But first, this.
Good day, stranger.
There was a spirit upstairs, I got rid of it. At least I can finally start building. Take this for your help and stop by sometime. I've got big plans for this place. Okay then. If you say so. Let's take a look at our stronghold information there. How close is the keep to being ready? 4 hours. Do you know what I'm going to do? Just to do that, I'm just going to do this. Camping's not allowed in this area. What about here? Okay, so just in this region in general, you can't camp? Is it because it's a narrow path and they wouldn't like a load of people blocking it up? Or is it just the whole region you're not allowed to camp in? Some refugees. Okay, I think we're going to head to... I wonder how long it would take to get to like Caed Nua from here. No, I didn't want to go that far. What in the world? Where do I want to go? Let's go back to Copper Lane just now. Go to the inn and rest. And by the time we've done that, it should then mean we can start another upgrade and then we'll finish up. Do. That's all I got to say about that. Right, where are we coming from here? We're coming from the Brackenbury entrance. Okay, so over this way to the right, there's a bridge which will take us to the inn. Psst, over here, he says. What's this? Young boy called Gordy. Want to know a secret? I've travelled the continent and the hardest bargains still come from my 7-year-old. Really? What is it? So folks hiding some neat things. I could show you where, but Mum and Dad told me not to talk to strangers. Maybe you could help me with something, then we wouldn't be strangers. Help you with what? Crucible Knights have these daggers made out of March steel. It's the best steel around, except for Durgan steel, which doesn't count because no one makes it anymore. Anyway, there's a merchant over by the Expedition Hall. He has a dagger made of real March steel. Said he wouldn't sell it to me because I'm a kid, and kids don't know anything about daggers. But he knows lots about daggers. Think that'll work? I doubt it. Too young to play with knives, I'm sure your parents told you that. If I'm going to be a warrior, I have to start training young. It's like the heroes in the stories. Okay, I'll help. He's going to wait right here for me. He's going to be waiting a little while. Or at least until next time we play. For now, let's get ourselves a room in the inn. And finish. As I've said about 3 times so far. Yeah, still can't camp, so I'll have to speak to the guy behind the bar. Could I get a room? Show you what I've got. To be honest, I just need that because I'm just wanting to rest for 9 hours, for more than the 4 hours it takes to build. There we go, the main keep is constructed. So let's build something else. Well, let's build that other barbican. Takes 3 days. We might hire one more person just because. Yeah, let's take that one. Okay guys, so that's where we're going to stop for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed watching more Pillars of Eternity, and we'll be back with that very soon. For now though, as I say, thanks a lot, and if you are enjoying, please feel free to hit that follow button. I will upload this to YouTube as well as all the other parts have been on Supernauta streams, and if you're interested in watching those, that's where you can go. I don't know. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing on YouTube, please feel free to hit that like button and maybe add a subscription too. Thanks for now, and good night.